Okay, let me get back to this part. Mhm. Okay, good. So, the first one was just a brief introduction about ourselves. So something else I would like maybe to mention. I just prefer a session of 1 hour. 1 hour session is just enough because I know they like maybe you woke up at around 5 a.m. So up to now you are already tired. So just 1 hour for
Yeah.
now, it's just enough for us. Yeah, and also the course will take at most 4 weeks. That is just 1 month, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, and I think
Okay.
yeah, we'll have covered a lot of things. So what the course is offering, yeah. So I'll be sharing these after, maybe even I can share the recording maybe after the session, or even I'll share the resources also for you to maybe to do some recap. So this is
Thank you.
what the course is offering. Number one is business intelligence. We'll be understanding, like getting into deeper to understand what is business intelligence, then what is data visualization. As you have said, like Tableau is mostly used for data visualization. Then what is Tableau architecture, Tableau data types. So this is also a very important part, Tableau data types. Then we'll do understand how to download and install Tableau, and then more about dashboards, more about or creating stories in Tableau, more about creating worksheets with various charts. So those are things that I think are left here, and also maybe projects. We'll do so many projects that we'll try to see which will be significant to us. So now we start with the first one. What is business intelligence? So this is the first thing that we are going to cover. We just want to understand what is this BI. We are calling it BI. So I think I just gave an explanation here. There was no clear definition of BI. So, but an example is like BI, it help organization analyze historical and current data, so they can quickly uh the main aim of this BI is to use the past data that the company is collecting or installing, maybe to discover something from that data, or to use the current data that the company is collecting at the moment to discover some insights. And those insights will be used in decision making. That is what you're calling BI, using the past and the current data to uncover actionable insights, maybe for making strategic decisions. Like, for example, where I work, mostly we use like the current data because we do collect data maybe weekly, monthly about the customers. Then we want to discover some insights from those customers. Like, we want to understand which product are they preferring, which are the main challenges they are facing, like which are the new product these customers they are looking for at our company and we don't have them, so that we can restock them. So this is now what you're calling BI. Mostly you can use Tableau to perform this. You can use Power BI. I hope you are aware of Power BI. Maybe the tools that you already mentioned. You can use Excel to perform this. So there are so many tools that you can use for BI to discover these insights. And in this case, for our case, we identified Tableau as the main tool. Then we have some key things to note when it comes to BI. We have raw, which means these are like the figures, the facts and the figures, which are the data. We have the business BI. I've already mentioned that. And then business insights. Business insights, those are like the insights that you use to make the right decision or to leverage for decision making. So I think that is clear about BI. It's just simple, yeah, just past and current data. And then you perform the analysis, you discover something that can be used for decision makings. So that is BI. So I think that is BI. So now we want to know, like, what are the BI tools, which are those tools that you can use uh, for business intelligence in this case. So I think I've already mentioned this, but I can go deeper into it. So BI is developed through BI tools, which enable a simple drag and drop interface for analysts to perform activities. So in this case, what I would like you to note here, the main tag is to drag and drop, because in Tableau, most of the time we'll be using what we call dragging and dropping. So we'll be dragging a certain variable, you drop it into a certain place, and then Tableau automatically will detect these and create for you maybe a bar chart, a map, maybe a heat map, a tree map, maybe a bar chart, something like that. But we'll see this. But the main key here is to drag and drop. So Tableau is best in this. So some of the activities that we'll be doing in these tools include: number one, data preparation. So I know you are aware about data preparation. The first time you get data, you have to prepare that data before even performing the analysis. So in Tableau, we'll be importing data maybe from the server, if you have your own database where you store your data, maybe the data which is in form of Microsoft Excel, the data which is in form of PDF, the data which is in form of text file, the data which is in form of maybe what, or in database. So various sources where you can get data. So after importing that data, now you need to perform what we call like data cleaning. You have to ensure that your data will be correctly classified, and in that case, that is where now the data types will come in. So like all those processes that are involved in data preparation, you will also be performing them in Tableau. We'll do it practically, maybe, and we'll be able to detect these. Then number two, we can do data querying. So data querying is now obtaining answers from dataset for specific data questions. In this case, I know anytime you have the data, you'll be having objectives. Like you have objectives you want to answer from that data. So now you'll be performing now what we call data querying to see if you can really get the right answers for those objectives or the questions that you have. The other part is data visualization, which is the main thing. In this case, you create visual representation of analysis in form of charts, graphs, histograms, and more for easy understanding. The last part is now performance metrics reporting. So after now creating the visualization, now you have what you call the KPIs, which you can maybe use to to inform your stakeholders on maybe the next decisions they should make. For example, if we identify like most of the customers, they are preferring maybe 210 type of maize flour. So in this case, and then in our company, we don't have that in stock. So we can maybe get this information from the data. We see that there is traction in this type of a product. And then as a company, we need to ensure that we have enough stock for this, because in the next 1 month, there might be some kind of maybe traction in this product. So it's just like and like from the first point, like introduction to the end point, what we are supposed to get. So you are supposed to get the data, you prepare it, you do querying, you create visualization, and then the main thing is like you are able to identify some insights, you are able to discover something from that data. That will be the main thing, because if you can inform your investors or your stakeholders using the facts, I think that will be the right decisions in that case. So I think I'm done up to that point. Collins, unless you have a question about BI before you move to the next part.
It's okay, sir. Just continue.
Okay, so yeah, I think they are just simple. Yeah, they're just simple to understand. So the other thing is characteristics or features of BI. Number one is we are having what we call better understanding of the business. In this case, if you analyze the historical, the past data and the current data, you'll be able to understand how your business is performing, because I think that is just enough. Instant answers. When you analyze your data, you're able to get instant answers. Are we supposed to move to this way? Are we supposed to move to the left, to the right? Something like that. And these will be answered by the data. Decision making, as we have said. After analyzing data, you discover something which can be used maybe to enhance maybe your thinking as a manager, something like that. Then quick navigation. Definitely. If you realize that if we are selling this product, the product is not going, like customers are not buying this product, so there is no need for us maybe restocking it more and more, you see, something like that. So you'll be able to make a quick decision very fast, something like that. So Collins, I think you can give me just 1 minute, then I come back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's just try to,
All right.
yeah, to put in presentation mode. It's taking time. Just a minute. Okay, good. So maybe you can confirm if you can hear me, colleagues.
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay, good. So I just wanted to know if my network is okay because sometimes it might be misbehaving. Yeah. Okay, good. So this is the main issue working from home. So you see, if you're at home, you always be under some interruptions. Yeah, but no problem. So the I think the last point it was about the features of BI, quick navigation. I think I explained this. You are able to make the right decision very fast. Yep, you don't think twice. You just think once, and then you just make the right decisions. So the next thing is about data visualization. Up to that point, so I know you know what is data visualization. So I think maybe this I can get it from you. If I could ask, what is data visualization, Corins?
Trying to use pictures and charts to explain figures
Yep.
so that you can make you're able to make comparison between that data set to another.
Yeah, I think that one is. I think that one is. That's enough for us. I can see you understand this. So in this case, maybe something maybe I could like to notice about design. When we are creating maybe charts, we have to consider designs because there are those maybe type of problems you are supposed to know, like when am I supposed to use a histogram, when am I supposed to use a bar chart, when am I supposed to use a scatter plot, when am I supposed to use a tree map or a heat on such kind of things. So you also have another point about communication. So from the graphics, you are able to like to maybe communicate in form of charts. Yeah, maybe for example for someone who maybe not able to read something like that, but this guy can just look at a chart and then he can maybe comprehend something. Then information science, we are able to get some kind of, I think information science it entails like I think it's just like a science of maybe information science. I think it entails like the whole process of maybe gathering data, performing analysis, and then coming up with insights. So it's just a process, a whole process, a cycle. Yeah, that's what I call information science. But all the others are just simple. Maybe now about Tableau because it is another application we can use. So Tableau is a visual analytics platform for transforming the way we use data to solve problems. So it empower people and organization to make most of their data. Definitely at the end is to make decision from what you have discovered from the data. So from connection to collaboration, so Tableau is the most powerful, secure, and flexible end-to-end analytic platform for your data. When you talk about collection to collaboration, we have so many people working on this uh, application. So we have so many publications which are published. So meaning like, for example, if we are going to use what we are calling the Tableau, maybe desktop or Tableau public. So for example, we have so many people who are creating dashboard daily and then they are publishing those work. So that maybe for another person who want to learn something, he can just go there and try to see what other Tableau developers they are doing. Then about security is about security of the data. We have Tableau Public. Tableau Public is not that much secure because it is free. It is Tableau Public. It is free. But when it comes to Tableau Desktop, we have security because in this case you have a key, a product key which you use in order for you to access it, and then you have to pay for that product key, of which it is expensive. Then it is edge-to-edge analytical platforms for your data, so meaning you can do everything from it. But this is mostly because of the way things are changing. Like they're trying to integrate even those artificial AI models in these softwares. So you also have visualization, like connecting to the data and automatic functions and depth. We'll be seeing this practically. I think that is just we're just touching on it. Then history. I don't think I'll be reading about history of Tableau, but I think I can lead it. I can just go aloud it. So Tableau as a project started as a project at Stanford back in 2003. The Tableau aims to make data more accessible to people through visualization. So it is now a market leading choice for modern BI and is used by organizations across all industries. Amongst the BI tools in the market, Tableau is perhaps the most popular. So we have a company which are using these tools. We have Enlift reported that Tableau has the largest market share, 16.3% amongst technologies in the BI category. So amongst those two, like Power BI, we have, I think there are so many Power BI. I can't remember them, but I know Tableau, Power BI, and then maybe we have Google Studio. Yeah, we have all those, and maybe even others. Maybe I've considered them here. Let me see. Yep. So Tableau market share. In this case, I have a graph showing this. I think this was back into. I think it was back in last year. So last year but one. So companies using Tableau 63,000. So that account to 16.3%. Company using Power BI, they were almost 9%, but now I think Power BI will also have some figures higher, almost to 16, something like that. We have another one, Cognos, 9%, Quick View, 7%. Then we have others which are also used for BI tools. I think there are so many, yeah, but the most popular one I think is Tableau and Power BI. I think those are most popular. So the next part is about Tableau architectures. So Tableau architectures, it comprises of three parts. We have the data sources. So mainly data sources is where you get to a data, maybe from a desktop in your machine or to a server. We call it to a file or to a server. Then we have Tableau server and the desktop. This is what now I was trying to explain. So Tableau server is where now maybe you want to connect your Tableau to a database or even to a server. Microsoft, I think we have Microsoft Excel server, something like that. We have companies which use that to protect and to store their data. There are various type of databases. Those are in the server, and in order for you to connect to a data which is already stored in the cloud, you have to use also a password. Also in that case, that's why it's a server. We have desktop. Desktop, there are those files like Excel, text files, PDF files that you have in your machine, and they all yeah, and you want to import that data to Tableau. We go to desktop and then we import it. Then we have reports and clients. When it comes to report, is now dashboard. At the end, the aim goal of Tableau is at the end you'll be able to create a dashboard. And this dashboard can be used maybe when you want to do a presentation. You can present your work very well into a dashboard, or even you can create a story. We have dashboard and then a story. So and then the clients, definitely you'll be presenting this to your clients. So I think up to that point there is no issue when it comes to Tableau architecture, because the next part will be data types, which is another big thing we have to master and understand this well. So we have allowed 7 data types in Tableau, I think so. Allowed 7 or 6, yeah, the main one, the one that you'll be interacting with them most of the time. So number one, we have string values, or what you call them, the text. I think you are familiar with this text or characters. So the icon for this in Tableau, it will be ABC, and the icon will be appearing like that, ABC. So those are text like the name of places, the name of people, the name of products, like all those text things, they'll be under ABC. We call that data as string values in Tableau. Then number two, we have integer values or numeric values. The numbers, they are shown using what we call the hash. You see the hash, the second one. The third one is date values, where we just have dates. So date, month, and year. So they are represented using a calendar. We have the fourth one, which is date and time values. Now we have time added to the date values. So that one will have now like a clock into that calendar. So that when anytime you see like your data is allocated this figure, this symbol or this icon, you identify that as this must be date and time data type. So number five, we have boolean values, which are used for relational purposes like true or false, like collecting, collect, yes, no, I think male, female, I think something like that. So they are boolean values. So number six, we have geographic values. This will be common, like when you are dealing, we want to create, you want to work in term of, you want to explore like spatial analysis, like regions, postal codes, city, country, state. Those will be geographic values, and the globe will be the icon for that. Number seven, we have cluster group. Sorry for this, or a mixed group, mixed values. I haven't worked with these, so I think this is the first time I'm coming across these data values, but I don't know maybe the appearance for this, but I can see the icon appearing like a key. I don't know about it, but all the others are common. But for cluster group mixed value, I think we can do more research on that and we try to see more about it. Yep. So those are data types. They are common, and when we will be importing data in Tableau, sometimes you'll find like Tableau misclassify these data types. So that will be under data preparation. So you'll be ensuring that your data is correctly classified, because you might find like yeah. A question, Collins? A question?
Hello.
Hey, hello. Help.
That's okay.
Oh, I don't hear the question.
No, we're okay up to that point.
Oh, yeah.
We're fine.
Okay, sir. I think yeah, we are almost finalizing on this. So let me just proceed with presentation. So I think that was enough for data types. The other one is about staying competitive in the digital era. So in this case, it's like why do you need Tableau? In this case, I think these are like advantages of Tableau. Number one is staying competitive in the digital era. So in nowadays we are talking of technology. If you want to get more of your data, you need to be like aware of these tools, and the one is Tableau. So most organizations have embarked on digital and data transformations to survive and thrive in increasing hyper-connected and digitalized world. So because of this, businesses are now generating enormous volumes of data which can use to make better decisions. So to maximize the return of data, analysts need to be empowered with the best business tools to extract valuable insights from the data to make in order to help them make data-driven decisions. So I think this is Tableau. This is maybe in terms of Power BI, but now in this case, you just choose maybe this tool that you would like to move with. So here are some examples of BI tools used in the industry and how they are used. For example, we have the biggest company here in the globe and the tool they use. For example, we have Volvo Group. I know this is a car manufacturing company. They use QLink to improve the reporting efficiency of key financial results, leading to embedded autonomous decision making within the organization. So they must be having the main reason why they are using QLink. I don't know, but they have the main reason for that. We have another one here. We are calling it U Chicago Medicine. This is a medicine, those pharmaceutical. You try Tableau to create real-time dashboards as part of medical center data-driven operation response to COVID-19 pandemic. That's why I'm saying like Tableau is most used because of dashboarding. You want to create a dashboard, and then this dashboard you can automate it. You make it like live. Anytime the data maybe gets into a database, then the dashboard will automatically update itself, something like that. So, sorry, I just moved very fast. So we have Chicago Medicine, they use Tableau. We have Zurich Insurance Group, they used Power BI. And then we have JP Morgan's Chase, they use Tableau in this case. So we see like we have these are the main tools that are being used in the industry, and being able to understand and to know how to use them is critical at this time. So then the other one is how Tableau is useful. Then number one, when you maybe get this knowledge of using Tableau, you're able to extract data insights with no coding skills required. You don't need the coding skills, you just need maybe few of mathematical skills and the statistics. And then the others will be just drag and drop, just that. So number two, we have democratized data insights with dashboard. As I was saying, like you just need to create one dashboard, and that dashboard can be used in the whole year. You just need data to be coming, like data will be coming in maybe in your database, and then in that case you automate everything. Maybe the update will be after 2 weeks, because maybe after 2 weeks is when you do the reporting, something like that. It makes work easier. So that is number two. Number three, it tells data stories with advanced data visualization. So you're able to have an opportunity to use advanced maybe charts that will be available for you to utilize when you'll be creating these maybe visualization. Yep, I think that is just enough. Then the project will be covering in this case, I think we'll be doing more of predictive analytics. We'll try to cover that. We try to cover various projects. We have so many we can do. Maybe the one we are calling it market basket analysis, or maybe we do something else like maybe customer segmentation, or yeah, or cluster analysis, cohort analysis. There are so many projects we'll discover on how to to work around them in Tableau. Then connect Tableau with database. That uh, gets to be another big project that we can cover. But now this the limitation will be if you are using Tableau public, you cannot manage unless you are using Tableau desktop, something like that. And I think that is the end of that simple introduction and presentation. So maybe I can give a chance to you maybe to ask question related to this before maybe we move to the next part, believing part.
I think the presentation is very clear,
Yeah.
and I don't think there's any issue I would wish to be clarified.
Yep.
Maybe we just move to the next session.
Okay, good. So let me try to open the next part. Just try to see if I manage to get it. The next part, if you manage to follow everything, there is something that we have left out. It's about downloading and installing Tableau. I think that is the next part, because I didn't have the presentation in that slide. I think it is here, the guide. Just give it a few seconds to load. Okay, good. I hope you can see my screen, Collins, from my side also.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So in this case, I'll just be differentiating two type of Tableau, and I think when I was doing the other presentation, I have mentioned this is about Tableau Public and the Tableau Desktop. So number one, Tableau Public is free, Tableau Desktop is commercial. Like you have to pay these, and we have few advantages. There are differences between them. I tried to differentiate them in this case. Number one, what I considered is about pricing. So when it comes to Tableau desktop or Tableau commercial, a personal edition goes for around maybe $40 per month, or $70 per month for professional one. So you see something which is a bit costly. So that is Tableau desktop. So you have to pay that subscription monthly. So Tableau public is free and open source. But now also when it comes to pricing, you can you can come across maybe a cracked one where you have a password. It is possible to get it, yeah, sure. But there are no much like differences between them. So the only difference in this case is, I think it's about secure. If we want our data to be secure, that is one of the main thing. And the other one is about the server. If you want to connect to a Tableau to a server, in this case you need Tableau desktop. So number two, maybe data source connection is the one that I was explaining, connecting to any data source files. So if you want to connect to any data type or data source file, not data type, data source files, you can use Tableau desktop. Now for Tableau public, it has some restrictions when it comes to server, like databases. It is hard for you to connect to Tableau public in this case, because you cannot be allowed to expose maybe your product or your passwords to like the product domains because of cybersecurity things, such kind of thing. I think something like that. And also maybe to reduce maybe the number of people who will be accessing maybe the Tableau desktop, because when we have like to pay, it also reduces the number of people who will be accessing. But I think the main reason is about, like, you have to pay in order for them maybe to make some profit from their work. So the other thing is about public and save, like for can be saved as a local file, and it can be published in Tableau server. So for Tableau commercial one, you can create a dashboard and then you publish to the server and then to Tableau online. But for Tableau public, you can also publish it online but into a public profile. In this case, maybe your dashboard into a public profile. Security, as I was saying, data and visualization are secure when you talk of commercial Tableau. But for the other one, for public data and visualization, they are not secure. Anybody can access your work and can be able maybe to access even your data. But I think there is some kind of settings that you can do when working in Tableau public, where you can maybe limit maybe some kind of, like, when you don't want like people to get access to your data, so you can limit that. We have some like things you can use here, the setting to change that. Usage details, we have professional and enterprise level, as we seen at the top. Then in this case, we just have personal level. When it comes to studying, when you want to understand some things of data analysis or tech, data visualization, sorry, about tech, this is a good one to use Tableau public. The other one is data extract. Data can be extracted from various data sources and stored as Tableau extract files. So this is also mainly advantage is all about data sources, where you can maybe get data from. I think those are the differences between the two, but I'll be sharing these after this session. So guidelines on how to install Tableau public. So for instance, when I go to my Chrome or my Google, depending on what I'm using, I try to search for Tableau public downloads. Sometimes it might even give you like some headache to get it, but now when we use this link that I have provided, it will be easier for you to download this Tableau public. So I don't know if you have it, Collins, or we can install it right now if you have a good network.
Currently, I'm using my phone.
Yeah. Oh, you're using your phone. Oh, okay.
Using my phone. I was on a journey, and then I just reached my destination, and I did not carry my laptop.
Yeah.
We can just go through the guidelines, and then when I'm having access to my laptop, I can try. But at the same time, I'll reach out to you.
Yeah, sure. I think it will just be simple. If you have this link, downloading it will be easier. So to download this one, I'll share the resources after the session and even the recording. So to download, you just need to click on
All
this
right.
link. Yeah, this link I've provided. So in this case, we are going to use Tableau public because it's for learning purposes. But now for Tableau desktop is a bit expensive for us, maybe even for the company. But what I'm using currently for my keys, I'm using the commercial one. But I came across like I had the product key or the password, but I can't even remember the password right now. So, but in case I come across it, I'll also share with you in order for you maybe to download that Tableau desktop. But at the moment, let us just use the Tableau public. So what you're going to do, the step one is go to this link on your browser. Now you need to enter your email and click. So let us just follow this. I just click on this. I hope it will take me to somewhere else. Yeah, when I just click on that link, it takes me to this part. So I hope you can see this. So this is Tableau from Salesforce. Yep, sure. So you'll be exploring in a minute. Create interactive graphs, stunning maps, and live dashboards in a minute. Save your visualization to your Tableau public profile. As I said, all things like portfolio will be shared here. And share it anywhere on the web. Anyone can do it, and that is easy and free. So this is here. Download Tableau public. So you just click on this. So I know I already have Tableau in my case, but you are supposed to click on this. When you click on this, the download should start immediately. I don't know why. In my case, I can't see the download. Like maybe I click again, so I can't see if the downloads are starting or not. Let me just check again. But it should be direct, so I should just click here. I don't know if it is my network or what. Oh yeah, something like this. So when you click, I think it is my mouse. So when I click on that, it will take you here where you are supposed to sign first. So when you enter all these details, you'll now download the app. It's just simple like that. Your name, Collins, maybe your Cheng, then business email. In this case, for business email, you can just guess any business email. So maybe for any company business email, or even for your organization or working with something, you just guess. It will not impact anything. Then the country you are coming from, then in this case you'll have to accept, I think, the terms and conditions, something like that, and then you download the app. In this case you just click download, and then the download will start immediately. It is just simple like that. So it is just simple like that. Let me see if I can go back, manage to go back to where, to the starting point. Yeah, I think that one will just take you few seconds to download. Just need good net. Okay, good, we are done with the first step. So in this case, where you are maybe registering is where we are entering your name. You remember the business email, and then you download the app. This was the step that I was showing you. The other one is about this will now start downloading. So you'll see the downloads maybe at the bottom, depending on the setting on your machine, or at the top, something like this. It takes almost, I think, 400 MBs or even 500 MB. I know at the moment is allowed 580 MBs there. Yeah, 580 MB there, if I'm not wrong. So step 3, when you are done with the download, you have to, before even you download, you have to accept terms and condition. I said that. And then when you are installing also, you have now the download. Now you need to install. You'll also have to tick these two. I have led and accepted the term of the license, improve the product by sharing user data with Tableau. You can maybe, yeah, it's also good to tick those two, and then you install, and then during installation it will take around maybe a few minutes, and then the installation will be done. So after installation, the next thing, you will be interested to open the application to see the appearance. So when you open the application, this will be the appearance now. This will be the appearance, and now you are done with the installation. So maybe what I can do, I can open my Tableau to show you the interface after installing the application, how this will look like. So just in a few seconds, I just display for you. I don't know if it will take time because I have opened so many applications in this case. Let me see if it will take time, but I think it should be a bit faster. So installing is just simple. I don't think this is something that will challenge you. So it's just simple. And then tomorrow now we'll set the second thing, will be understanding the application, like the interface of this Tableau. We go through everything, and then maybe the next day we can start with now importing the data and then moving now into graphic, the visualization now. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for Tableau to open from my side, but the appearance is just like this. There is no much difference. Yep, it's just opening. I know in the next maybe 1 minute it will be okay. All good to proceed. Okay, good. So let me share my also display this Tableau. So not responding, it's taking time to respond because they are trying to fetch the data. So this is now the interface that will come across when you download the Tableau. So any application has this top part file, I think so. So we have data, server, and help. So this is the first part, the one on the left hand side. So you can see it server to a file and to a server. As I was trying to explain the Tableau architecture, we have the file and to a server, and then we have the open part. Where you have the open part, this is where like all the charts you have created will be displayed. So in your case, because I think it will be a new one, this one will be empty. Where you have the open, the center part, it will be empty. In my case, it is full because I have so many charts that I have created there. Then you have discover. So for discover, in case like what maybe you can do if you want to learn more about Tableau, how to get started, you can also go to discover. You watch these videos and it will be easier for us when you'll be moving to the next part. Other resources, we have resources here, you can see. And also at the bottom, we'll be using this data like the sample superstore, maybe world indicators, and also other so many data that we have. We can get them from the cargo if we want to practice. So that is just the interface of Tableau that we'll be using, and then we'll be moving deeper into it on how to import the data and how to understand everything. And up to that point, I think I'm done with the session. Sorry, I'm done with this session. So what I can do, I want to stop presenting, then maybe I get it from you and then we call it a day, Corins. Yep, I'll be sharing the resources after this.
It's okay, sir.
Okay, okay, sure. So have a nice evening. I'll share via the email.